Yeah, welcome. So I'm live again. I seem to be going live a lot these days, but I have things to say. So guess what? Also, I was in a live in Insta a few minutes ago, and I was told to be of service. So here I am being of service. I've got my very faithful and beloved Light Series Tarot deck. Just let me show you. There it is. But it's the mini version, right? I love that. I love the mini version. I can carry it around with me. Although carrying around decks won't be necessary for very long if you want to, because there's Deckible. But that's for another time. Right now, I just wanted to come and talk to you about cards. I happen to love oracle cards. I happen to love the tarot. I am not an expert. I am not a very big specialist. I've not studied for ages. I've not done all the studies, etc. But I love the cards. And that in and of itself gives me the permission or the right, let's put it this way, to play with cards. So I am playing with cards, and I'm playing with cards for myself. I usually pull cards daily, but also for my clients. We do the business thing, we do the personal life thing, we do the spiritual life thing, and on the whole, we use cards. Let me just kind of try and explain, although it's not that easy for me, what are the cards for me. So this deck is one of the ones that I use the most. Obviously, I did not create this deck. I didn't even paint it. I didn't even have the idea for it. It's the amazing Chris Ann who created this deck, and I couldn't be more grateful. Now, what is this deck? This deck was not actually printed or drawn by Chris Ann herself, right? This is a copy printed on a piece of cardboard with inks by a printer, most likely in China, let's put it this way, or anywhere for that sake, it doesn't matter. But it's not magic. It is not magic, right? None of the cardboard is magic. None of the ink is magic. The images were you to have access to the actual original image that might, and I'm pretty sure it does, hold a lot of magic. Now, the original painting, obviously, by the amazing Chris Ann. So let me show you these glorious paintings that she makes. Now, the image of the painting. So what you see here is a photograph, and that is what is printed on the cardboard, right? Does this carry energy? Does this carry magic? I believe it does. But then again, it has some of its own magic. But when we pull cards, whether for ourselves or for other people, what we do is we actually pull cards that are, let me put it this way, cards are actually an energetic conduit between me, the reader, and you or myself. So if you want a card, sorry, let me just say that in the meantime. If you want a card by the from the Light Seers Tarot deck, just give me your name in the comments and I'll pull a card for you. So the cards are a conduit. They are a cord of an energetic cord of connection between me, the reader, and you, the recipient. Let's put it this way. And sometimes the recipient is myself. And the card serves as a conduit. The conduit is very important because there's this connection that happens or doesn't happen according to the imagery, the colors, the words on the cards, the various elements of the card. It is very important, but that's not the real magic. There is some magic there infused by the creator, and I'm not negating that, because we all know that some decks work better than others for me or for you, but the most of the magic is actually people. So me, the reader, and you, the recipient. And this conduit that are the cards can be replaced by other things. There are people who read auras. There are people who read energy. There are people who read tea leaves or coffee. You can read crystal balls. There's so many ways to connect my energy with yours and then have an interpretation of what's the situation right now for you. Why do we love the cards? Well, I love the cards because they're pretty, first of all, first and foremost. And remember, I do believe that beauty will change the world, and that ugliness is part of what is destroying the world. The fact that humans agree that to live in ugly environments is part of what's destroying the world. That is my deepest belief and understanding. So first of all, we love the cards because they're pretty. Then we love the cards because they're kind of a second reaffirmation or reassurance. Because going for the energetic connection on its own is like, oh my God, it's a thin rope, right, to walk on. So the card can come as a confirmation of what's happening, of what you feel or I feel as a reader. And the card comes and says, yeah, you're right, this is about sisterhood, right? Or, yes, you're right, this is about radical change. Um, so there is power in the cards, but here I am reaffirming to any of you that the most power is in your hands and in the recipient's hands. That said, if you do want a card from me today, from the Light Seer Tarot by the amazing Chrisanne, give me a name in the comments and I will pull a card for you. So one of the things that I'm going to discuss in OTALOCO, which is opening in 2 days, the Oracle and Tarot Lovers Congress, I'm doing the opening address since it basically is my idea. Crazy idea, if I must say. That's why it's called Loco. And this idea was to reunite so many people, many speakers and attendees around cards and the love of cards. Now, my opening address is going to be about the stories that we tell when cards are concerned. So whether we go for the magic is in the cards. Oh, look, the magician. Well, this one is a little more magic than others, right? This is the magician, major arcana of the tarot. So whether we go for that story, whether we go with I'm the person who I'm not allowed to read tarot because I'm not in a family of that. I'm not a legacy reader. I wasn't gifted a tarot deck. I don't know anything about tarot. I have to learn first. I will never be good enough to read tarot. Or whether we go with stories like tarot is serious, oracle decks are fun. Whether we go with stories like I could never create a deck. Whatever the stories, there are so many stories around the cards, so many stories we tell ourselves that are true, and so many stories we tell ourselves that are mythology, that are kind of beliefs. And so my invitation is going to be around OTALOCO. I'm coming here with 22 other speakers, and we're going to challenge the ideas that you have around the tarot and the oracle cards. We're going to discuss the shadow cards of the tarot with Fiona Morris. We're going to discuss beginning with oracle cards with Andrea Detchen. We're going to have live readings with Katie Kay, the modern oracle, and Fiona Gazzard, the professional witch. We're going to have Nick from Deckible coming to help us shuffle our world and literally step into the future of card decks, which is no decks anymore. Woohoo! Or rather, no cards anymore. Maybe decks are something that we need to reinvent. We're going to be discussing with Claire Cantop about illustration, with Simone Alves about infusing magic into our projects and life, with Jill Chestrow, with so many amazing speakers that the names are now, evading my head. We have Laura Muirhead and her Queen manifesting ideas. We have Laura Stesiunas, who's all about attunement and sacred attunement with and through the cards. We have so many speakers that I actually am forgetting. There's 23 of them, and come and play with us. It's fun to challenge your stories and your beliefs around the cards. So it seems that no one wants the card today, but tough luck, you're going to get one anyway. So this is a card for me, for you watching the replay, and for OTALOCO itself. Let's go. So we have the Fool. I love it. I love it. We actually have the beginning. So the Fool is the Arcana number 0, and it's the beginning of the journey. So yeah, it is the beginning for OTALOCO. This is the first edition. Hopefully there's going to be many more. And here we are, daring to trust in the future and diving deep into magic. So yeah, that's the invitation for each and every one of you. And if you want to join us with the magic, you know where to find us. You'll find the link around this video somewhere, and join us for a weekend of crazy magic, December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and you get a free deck on Deckible for every attendee. Just come and play with us. Bye for now.